Looking back on my career, one of the things that I'm grateful to my father for teaching me, among many other things, was the importance of communicating my needs and helping to set my employer's expectations. In the video Life Lesson, How My Dad Taught Me to Speak Up for Myself, I talk about how I was on my first job out of college and my recruiter wanted me to attend a multicultural career fair at my alma mater. Exciting, right? Yes, it would have been, except my employer wanted me to stay on campus with a friend while I'm on a business trip so that they wouldn't have to pay for my accommodations, and I was expected to eat every meal with my recruiter. If you haven't seen the video, I'll link it here. Needless to say, it was a very stressful experience that laid the foundation for how I would conduct myself throughout my career from that time up to this very day. If you're new here, my name is Jennifer Mitchell Early. I help individuals and teams achieve organizational and personal success by providing customized training, resources, tips, and tools to help you pursue purpose and accomplish your goals. If you're looking to grow and evolve personally and professionally, be sure to subscribe and don't forget to hit the notification bell so that you'll be notified every time I upload new content. Today, we're talking about how to communicate your needs in the workplace. Workplace communication refers to the exchange of information between employees in a work environment. This includes face-to-face conversations, emails, chat messages or instant messages, video conferencing, phone calls, and other methods used to convey information in the workplace. Nonverbal communication like eye contact, body language, and tone of voice are also important aspects of workplace communication. Effective communication in the workplace is essential for several reasons. First, it ensures that employees have the information they need to perform well. Second, it builds a positive work environment by fostering trust and respect among colleagues. Third, it eliminates inefficiencies by reducing misunderstandings and errors. Communicating your needs in the workplace is important because it enables you to be more productive and efficient. By communicating your needs effectively, you can ensure that you have the resources and support you need to do your job well. It also helps to build positive relationships with your colleagues by fostering trust and respect. In general, you can improve your communication skills in the workplace by paying attention to nonverbal cues like tone of voice and body language. Being clear and concise when conveying information, actively listening to what others are saying, being respectful and professional at all times, and using the appropriate channels of communication for different types of messages. If you need additional information about how to communicate effectively, I have an entire playlist that talks about those very issues that I'll link here or at the bottom in the description. But where do you start when communicating your needs? Say, for example, your manager asks you to stay late repeatedly or to take on extra responsibilities or tasks. How should you respond? Quite frankly, having a difficult conversation with your boss can be challenging. I know firsthand. It's not easy to push back at work, especially if you're a people pleaser, but sometimes it's necessary. When your work intrudes on your personal life, it can cause spikes of stress that lead to a host of adverse effects, including insomnia. One recent study co-written by a team of researchers at the University of Illinois at Urbana-Champaign concluded that control over work-life boundaries creates a crucial buffer to manage after-hours work stress. By learning to set boundaries with your boss, you'll work smarter, avoid burnout, and feel more in control of your career. Here are some steps you can take to have a difficult conversation with your boss about issues that are affecting your work. Wait, hold on. Before you apply these steps, the first question that you have to ask yourself is, what's important to you? Knowing what's important to you is the first step in learning how to set boundaries. Start by asking yourself what you need to protect your happiness at work. Notice the times you feel stressed or overwhelmed. If you feel discomfort, resentment, or guilt, it could signify that a boundary has been violated. For example, if family is your priority and you're assigned a project where you'll be working day and night for the next 6 months, that could be a game changer. If you like what you're hearing so far, make sure to hit that like button and tell me about a time that you communicated your needs in the workplace in the comment section below. Okay, let's get back to those tips. Once you have your priorities and values identified, you are now ready to communicate them clearly and often. That means repeatedly, everybody. Start by requesting a meeting. It's always a good idea to have a difficult conversation with your boss in person, as you can feel confident that you have their full attention. When you make the request to speak with them privately, keep your message as simple as possible. For example, you can simply say, "I would like to talk about my performance review. When would be a good time for you?" Or, "I'd like to talk to you about my new responsibilities. Can I send you a meeting request?" Also, shifting your mindset will help you. You should also shift your mindset before approaching your manager. If you're already in the mindset that a conversation is going to be difficult, you're more likely to feel upset or nervous about speaking to them. Instead, try thinking of the meeting as an opportunity to have a constructive conversation. Remember, perspective is everything. Gather your thoughts. It can help you think through what you want to say prior to having any difficult conversation. Strategize your communication plan. The best way to do this is to write down the key points you want to make during the conversation. By making notes with the primary points you want to address, you can be flexible and prepared with a variety of possible responses based on how the conversation goes. The Penn State Extension article, Effective Communication in the Workplace, suggests the following strategies for communication planning to ensure effective communication. Clearly define the idea of your message before sharing it. Identify the purpose of the message, obtain information, initiate action, or change another person's attitude. Be aware of the physical and emotional environment in which you communicate your message. Consider the tone you want to use, the configuration of the space, and the context. Consult with others when you don't feel confident or comfortable communicating your message. Many times, I ask for a family member to listen to my message to ensure that it's communicating exactly what I want it to, including the tone. Because if you're not careful, your tone can undermine the entire meaning of the message. Focus on the problem and not the person. The most effective way to approach the conversation is to focus on the problem and not the person. Avoid using accusatory language and instead focus on specific behaviors or actions that are causing the issues. Listen actively. Listening actively is an important part of any conversation, but it's especially important when having a difficult conversation with your boss. Make sure you're listening carefully to what they're saying and ask questions if you need clarification. Be respectful and professional. It's important to remain respectful and professional at all times during the conversation. Avoid getting defensive or emotional, even if the conversation becomes heated. Be cognizant of the fact that your behavior and actions support or detract from your message. Follow up. After the conversation, it's important to follow up with your boss to ensure that any agreements or action items are being addressed. Communicating and protecting your needs at work is important to ensure that you are able to perform your job well and maintain a healthy work-life balance. Don't be afraid to ask for help when you need it, whether it's from a colleague, manager, or mental health professional. Seeking support can help you manage stress and stay productive. If you feel that your needs are not being met at work, it's important to speak up. Be respectful and professional when advocating for yourself, but advocate for yourself. Don't be afraid to assert your needs and priorities. Remember that having difficult conversations and protecting your needs at work is essential for building positive relationships in the workplace, maintaining your well-being, and achieving success. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.